being here tonight. We absolutely love every single one of you guys. You too, Len Doggy. And we'd like to give a special thanks to Linda and Jimmy for a wonderful rehearsal night. The fun didn't want to stop, but had to come to an end. So thank you guys for that. And then we want to give a big shout out and thank you to William and Veronica Hardy for the most amazing day ever. All we ask of everybody tonight is to please enjoy the hell out of yourselves and dance on the dance floor, and please let the festivities begin. I can't wait for all the speeches, all the toasts, and again, on behalf of my wife and I. I'm so thankful that all of you guys are here today. We love each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much.
On behalf of the Hardy clan of San Carlos and the Gillen clan of Encinitas, I'd like to thank you all for joining us as we finally get to celebrate the marriage of Constance and Matthew here today. I'd also like to acknowledge Constance's family and friends back in Scotland who unfortunately were unable to join us today, but they're very much with us in spirit. So please give them a big Californian round of applause. You know, I'll never forget the day, February the 11th, 2000. That was the day that I picked up Constance, Lawrence, and Veronica from San Francisco Airport to start our new lives here in California. And it wasn't the best of starts. Their flight was delayed, they were tired after their long journey, and when they arrived, it was raining. And as we all know, it never rains in California. It pours. Man, it pours. Anyway, we eventually made it back to our apartment and tried to watch some television. But that kept getting interrupted every 5 minutes with emergency warnings of flash floodings all over California. And this is all too much for our wee bairn Constance. She just sat there with her coat still on, her bag still packed, begging me to take her back to Scotland. But fortunately, the sun was out the following day. And if anything, Constance was the first one of us to really settle here in California. I mean, after all, she looked a bit like a California gal when she arrived. And after her first couple of weeks at school, she sounded like a California gal. And Veronica and I will always be grateful to our wee team player, Constance, for introducing us to the social side of California's school system. You know, it was thanks to Constance that we went to a multitude of school band concerts, dance shows, cheerleading competitions, basketball nights, football nights, you name it, some wonderful memories. So, as I'm sure you can imagine, we were more than a little bit sad when our wee social butterfly flew off to college at Sonoma. But in fairness, Constance kept in touch regularly by phone. More often than not, looking for a bit of help with her latest parking fine or speeding ticket. But then, you know, one day she finishes her phone conversation, it kind of goes like this. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, there's someone I want you to meet. His name's Matty. And we're like, who's this guy, Matty? But sure enough, barely a week later, we all got to meet Matty at our annual Breakfast in the Park family outing in San Carlos. And truth be told, I think we all knew then that this day was only a matter of time and coming along. After all, we do make a very handsome couple, and we certainly wish them all the very best for their future marital journey together. Or as we say in Scotland, lang may your lum reek, which translated means long may your chimney smoke. Not the most environmentally friendly saying these days, but the essence means long may you be healthy, happy, and prosperous. Yes. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, please charge your glasses and be upstanding. Yes. I give you a toast to Constance and Matthew and lang may their lum reek.
Next, we call the father of the leadership.
So I've got it. Coco's looking at me already. So I have to basically say thank you, Veronica and Will, for making that long journey from the homeland and bringing your family to America. So let's hear it for Will and Veronica. So I've got just it goes way back from my grandfather, and he came from Scotland in the early 1900s. And you know, I always was very proud of my Scottish roots. You know, I'm kind of a New York mud. I got Italian, I got everything there. But we were raised Scots. And Maddie all of a sudden one day goes, "Dad, I met this girl from Scotland." And I was like, "Oh, your grandfather was so proud of your son." You know? And then when we first went up to Sonoma State, and this beautiful girl comes up and says, "Hi, I'm Constance." Well, she didn't say Constance, Coco, excuse me. And, you know, we fell in love with her right away. It was just a beautiful moment. As a father, one of the things that you wish in life is for your children to be happy and to find the perfect mate, you know? Maybe there's never a perfect mate, but there's always a good mate, you know? And that's what you want. And, you know, I've lucked out so far. Juma and Christina and the family is great, you know. Sean, my son Sean, has a new family, and he's doing amazing. Siobhan, and my little sweetheart over here, you know. This is Queen Marie. You want to say something quick? So, to cut it real short and get it over with here, you know, it's one of these things that, you know, Matthew found his perfect mate, and these guys are so happy. I mean, Matthew's so happy he couldn't say "I do" quick enough, right? He threw it right out there, "I do." And now he's like, "Okay, whoa, slow down, man, hold on." But, you know, they've worked real hard for this. They had a lot of trials and tribulations. I think 3 times it was a no-go. Yeah, and no worries, because they knew they were going to get married, and they waited for this day to share it with all you guys. Thank you so much for coming out. Everybody, we have the greatest mix here. We have family, we have friends, we have everybody. And, you know, like Patty said, the biggest thing we would love is everybody have a great time tonight, and just happy seeing all these smiling faces. And Maddie and Coco, God bless you, man, and congratulations, and let's stand and have one more toast. For Maddie and Constance. Cheers!
Hello, everybody. I'm not as off the cuff as those 2 gentlemen. I've got like 4 pages here. Bear with me. Constance, Georgina, Mary, Hardy. Officially. Consti, to her beloved grandmother. Constance, to her dear parents. Cokes, on and off of Instagram. Coco, to most of you. Best and oldest friend to me. I'm gonna cry already. Okay. We met when we were 8 years old at Britton Acres Elementary School after Coco and her wonderful family moved from Scotland to St. Carlos specifically 3 blocks away from my house. She agreed to be my friend, even though I made her take pictures with my pet guinea pigs. That's true. We spent our days riding razor scooters around the neighborhood and having sleepovers. We went to different middle schools, but stayed close, meeting up at downtown at Speederia Pizzeria for a slice and a soda, and going to places like the Mystery Spot in Santa Cruz with matching French braids and head-to-toe Old Navy coordinated looks. There are photos if you're lucky. I transferred to the same high school as Coco for our junior and senior year, where she was basically the coolest girl in school, and made sure I was accepted into the friend group. She was a cheerleader. All the boys had a crush on her, and at least I thought she was the funniest person I had ever met. And as my own mother once told her, she was the prettiest girl at our high school. Thanks, Mom. We got ready for homecomings and proms, and we studied for tests and went to pep rallies. When Coco had a dance performance, I went to support her, as well as swoon, because if you didn't know, Coco's a great dancer. She came to my school musicals to support me, and we got our driver's licenses together, and we drove up and down the Bay Area with the music all the way up. And we frequented the local McDonald's drive-thru often, a ritual we continued when we attended the same university, Sonoma State. We both joined sororities, but during the rush process, we made a vow not to tell each other which were our favorites so that we wouldn't influence each other. And plus, we vowed that whatever ended up happening, we would still be friends. And that's what happened, because sororities aside, we were already sisters. We lived together our sophomore year and had a ridiculous amount of fun, having all of our friends come to our dorm, cook, and often burn meals together. Get ready for mixers and parties and questionable, barely there outfits. And then the next day, nurse our hangovers together at Bouge Pool. Good, slightly embarrassing times. It was our junior year that Maddie entered the picture. Maddie and I had mutual friends and started hanging out due to our shared appreciation for trees. I remember Coco telling me she thought he was cute, and without any prompting, Maddie confessed he thought my friend Coco was cute as well. They both asked me to introduce them to one another, and one fated night at the local Mexican restaurant where our fake IDs were never questioned and the margaritas flowed, I introduced these two, and Mr. and Mrs. Baby were born. For those of you who don't know, as soon as they started dating, they seemed to have forgotten that they had first names and only referred to each other as Baby. We all have our unique and special relationship to Coco, but one thing is for sure, we all love her. She has the best laugh. She knows all the words to the classic Bay Area rap songs, as well as Rihanna's top hits. And if you're lucky, she sang them loudly at you in the car. She always keeps it real. She's loyal to the ones she loves. She's a great friend, daughter, sister, aunt, and now wife. Another thing about Coco is that she has great judgment, which makes sense that Maddie made the cut, because he's a great person and the perfect person for Coco. Maddie, you're a homie. Every time you walk into a room, Maddie will immediately make you feel so welcomed with the biggest smile and treat you like family. You're so easy to be around, always warm and kind. You give Coco the space to be who she is and to become who she wants to be. Thank you for being there for her, for being her rock, the love of her life, for adding to the joy and light she already brings with your own. And I know that you will continue to show up for her as you continue to live life as a team. I'm so happy that you have each other, and I want the best for you both. I wish you both all the love and happiness there is in this world. So let's raise a glass.
Yeah, hand.
Constance, I'm so happy for you. Maddie, I adore you. You've always been there for me, and I will always be here for you. I love you guys.
Love you, hand.
Crushed it.
And now we're going to call up our best man, Jimbo.
Oh, I love you.
Great way of putting that.
Yeah, you were perfectly appropriate.
Everybody? Jim Owen, I'm his oldest brother. Oldest. So what I want to talk about is something that I've always found amazing about these two, and is the balance of Matthew and Constance. It's an interesting balance. Marriage, as I see it, it's a team sport. It's individuals with their strengths, and then they have maybe some less strengths. The idea is you bring that together, you create this collective, and as a whole, you create this sort of beautiful whole process. And the first time we met Coco, not the first time we met her, the first time we really experienced Coco and hung out was up in a music festival in San Francisco. And it's a long day, it's a long night. We're walking home, getting back to our hotel, and it's a long walk, and it's a long walk. And it's late, and Maddie, starts slowing down, starts a little whiny, and he's really kind of just starting to drag. And here's Coco, just kind of marching along, having a good old time, come on, man, dragging along, and she really did pull him along, but up and down, and then the moment came, she reached in her purse, pulled out some snacks. It was like a granola bar or something. And when you said that tonight, I was like, yo.
Always gotta have snacks.
Exactly. You know me. And you don't have to look really a whole lot further than even their bedroom. For those of you who know, it's a pretty solid division of maintained, meticulous, pretty perfect, and then just less perfect, less maintained. But I think that's a picture of who they are, and that they understand each other, they accept each other, and they support each other for who they are. All right, and those are the makings of a forever marriage. Okay, and I think that push and pull of your guys' balance is what makes you who you are and gives you your power. And it's just a beautiful thing to see. All right, we've had great times together, and you guys are amazing aunt and uncles, and I look forward to more times, and it's going to be a beautiful adventure. All right, so with that, I propose a toast to the beautiful balance of Maddie and Cokes, and one who has a little extra breaks, and one who could use a little more breaks sometimes. But together they're beautiful.